Imagine a monkey in a laboratory. The monkey is sitting in front of a simple machine. There is a button. There is a slot where food comes out. The monkey presses the button. Sometimes a banana pellet comes out. Sometimes nothing happens. The rewards are completely random. The monkey never knows when the next reward will appear. This experiment has been repeated many times in many different forms, and the results are always the same. When the rewards stop completely, the monkey keeps pressing the button, indefinitely, for hours, for days. Long after any reasonable person would have stopped, the monkey continues to press. The monkey cannot stop. The monkey is addicted. This is not just a story about monkeys. This is a story about traders. This is a story about you. Because your brain is wired exactly the same way. The same neurotransmitters, the same reward pathways, the same vulnerability to random rewards. Mark Douglas shares this experiment in Chapter 2 of Trading in the Zone to explain one of the most destructive forces in trading. He calls it addiction to random rewards. And he argues that this addiction destroys more trading accounts than bad strategy, bad analysis, or bad luck ever could. Think about your own trading. Have you ever taken a trade that made no sense? A trade that went against all your rules? A trade that you entered on a whim, or a tip, or a feeling, and it worked? It won big. That unexpected win felt amazing, did it not? That feeling is not just happiness. That is a chemical reaction in your brain. Dopamine, the same chemical released by cocaine, the same chemical released by gambling, the same chemical released by the monkey when the random pellet finally appeared. And that chemical is powerful. It is more powerful than your trading plan, more powerful than your risk management rules, more powerful than your best intentions, because it operates below the level of conscious thought. By the time you feel the urge to take a random trade, the chemical has already been released. Your brain is already seeking the next reward. In this video, we are going deep into the monkey experiment. We are going to explore the neuroscience of random rewards. We are going to understand why casinos never get addicted, but traders do. We are going to identify the specific ways this addiction shows up in your trading. And most importantly, we are going to build a step-by-step system to break free. This is video on Chapter 2 of Trading in the Zone. This is a long video, because this topic deserves more than a surface-level treatment. If you are serious about understanding why you do what you do, stay with me. Let's get into it. Let me walk you through the monkey experiment step by step. I want you to understand every detail because the details matter. This experiment has been replicated many times. It is one of the most well-documented phenomena in behavioral psychology. In the first phase of the experiment, researchers taught a monkey to perform a simple task. The task was usually pressing a lever or touching a button. Every single time the monkey completed the task, it received a reward, usually a banana pellet or a piece of fruit. The reward was consistent. Action led to reward every single time. No exceptions. The monkey learned quickly. Within a short period, the monkey associated the task with a guaranteed reward. The monkey was happy. The monkey was motivated. The monkey kept doing the task because it knew exactly what would happen. Press the button. Get a banana. Press the button. Get a banana. This is called continuous reinforcement. This is how most learning works. You do something. You get a predictable result. You learn the connection. Your brain releases dopamine in anticipation of the reward. Not after the reward. Before the reward. The anticipation is what feels good. Then the researchers changed the conditions. They stopped the reward completely. The monkey did the task a few more times. Nothing happened. The monkey did the task again. Nothing. Within a very short period, the monkey simply stopped doing the task. It would not waste energy on something it had learned would never be rewarded again. The monkey walked away. The monkey found something else to do. This makes perfect sense. Consistent reward creates consistent behavior. When the reward stops, the behavior stops. This is how normal learning works. This is how you learn not to touch a hot stove. You touch it once. It hurts. You stop. The behavior extinguishes. But then the researchers changed the experiment in a way that revealed something shocking about the nature of addiction, something that would change our understanding of reward and behavior forever. In the second phase, the researchers introduced a random reward schedule. This is called variable ratio reinforcement. Sometimes when the monkey pressed the button, a reward came out. Sometimes nothing came out. The monkey never knew which press would produce a reward. The reward was unpredictable. The reward was random. At first, the monkey was confused. Press. Nothing. Press. Nothing. Press. Banana. Press. Nothing. Press. Banana. Press. Nothing. The monkey had to learn a new pattern. Rewards are possible, but not guaranteed. The monkey kept pressing. The monkey was engaged. The monkey was focused. Then the researchers did something cruel, but scientifically revealing. They stopped the rewards entirely. No more bananas. No more food pellets. Nothing. The machine was dead. What do you think happened? If you said the monkey stopped, you would be wrong. The monkey kept pressing, and pressing, and pressing. Long after the rewards stopped, the monkey continued to press the button indefinitely. Some monkeys in similar experiments pressed thousands of times with no reward. Some pressed until they collapsed from exhaustion. Why? Why would an intelligent creature continue a behavior that no longer produces results? Because the monkey never knew when the next reward might come. The uncertainty kept the monkey trapped. The random reward schedule had created addiction. The monkey was no longer choosing to press. The monkey was compelled to press. The monkey's brain had been rewired. The dopamine system had been hijacked. The random reward schedule is more addictive than any consistent reward schedule. This is why slot machines are more addictive than vending machines. This is why gambling is more addictive than salaried work. Douglas writes, "The problem with any addiction is that it leaves us in a state of choicelessness. To whatever degree the addiction dominates our state of mind, to that same degree our focus and efforts will be geared toward fulfilling the object of that addiction." The monkey was in a state of choicelessness. The monkey could not choose to stop. The addiction was in control. To understand why random rewards are so powerful, we need to look inside the brain. We need to understand dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It is a chemical messenger in your brain. It is involved in reward, motivation, attention, and learning. For a long time, scientists thought dopamine was about pleasure. They thought dopamine was released when you received a reward. You eat chocolate, dopamine goes up. You feel good. But that is not quite right. The real discovery came from a series of experiments in the 1990s. Researchers measured dopamine release in monkeys. Yes, monkeys again. They trained monkeys to expect a reward after a specific cue. A light would flash. Then a few seconds later, juice would come. At first, dopamine released when the juice came. But as the monkeys learned the pattern, something shifted. Dopamine stopped releasing at the reward. Instead, dopamine released at the cue, the light. The anticipation of the reward became more powerful than the reward itself. Then the researchers did something unexpected. They introduced random rewards. Sometimes the cue led to juice. Sometimes it did not. The monkeys never knew. And here is the shocking finding. Dopamine release was highest when the reward was uncertain. The monkeys' brains were most active when they did not know if the reward would come. This is the neuroscience of gambling. This is the neuroscience of trading addiction. Your brain releases more dopamine when the outcome is uncertain than when it is certain. The unexpected win feels better than the expected win. Think about your own experience. Which feels better? A trade that you knew would win? Or a trade that surprised you? A trade that went against all logic and still worked? The unexpected win feels amazing. It feels like magic. It feels like you have special powers. That feeling is not magic. That is dopamine. Your brain is rewarding you for paying attention to uncertainty. In the ancestral environment, uncertainty meant opportunity. A berry bush that sometimes had berries, and sometimes did not, was worth checking repeatedly. The monkey that kept checking survived. But in trading, this same mechanism works against you. The unexpected win does not mean you have special powers. It means you got lucky. But your brain does not know that. Your brain just wants more dopamine. So you keep taking random trades. You keep chasing the high. You keep overriding your system. Douglas understood this intuitively, even before the neuroscience was fully understood. He wrote, "The typical trader doesn't predefine his risk, cut his losses, or systematically take profits because the typical trader doesn't believe it's necessary. The only reason he would believe it isn't necessary is that he believes he already knows what's going to happen next." But you do not know. The outcome of any single trade is random, and your brain's dopamine system is wired to chase that randomness. This is not a weakness. This is not a character flaw. This is biology. This is evolution. and you can learn to work with it instead of against it. Now let us apply this directly to your trading. Not to monkeys, not to abstract neuroscience. To you, to your screen, to your next trade. Think about your own trading history. I want you to recall a specific trade, a trade that made no sense, a trade that went against all your rules. Maybe you entered on a tip from a friend. Maybe you saw a social media post. Maybe you just had a feeling, and the trade worked. It won big, unexpectedly, surprisingly. How did that feel? Be honest. It felt amazing, did it not? It felt better than your routine wins. The trades that followed your system exactly. The trades you planned. The trades you expected. Those felt good. But the unexpected win felt great. It felt special. That is dopamine. That is your brain rewarding you for uncertainty. And here is the danger. Your brain does not know the difference between a lucky win and a skill win. Your brain just knows that uncertainty led to reward. So your brain wants more uncertainty. Your brain wants more random trades. What happens next? You start taking more random trades. You start chasing the market. You start overriding your system. You are not trading your edge anymore. You are trading your addiction. Let me give you specific examples. I want you to see if any of these sound familiar. Example 1. You have a winning streak. 3 trades in a row. All followed your system. You feel confident. Then you see a trade that is not your system. But it looks good. You take it. It wins. You feel invincible. You take another random trade. It loses. You take another to get it back. You are now overtrading. Your winning streak is over. Your account is down. Example 2. You have a losing trade. A big one. It hurts. You want to get the money back immediately. So you take another trade. Not your system. Just a trade. It loses again. You take another. You are now revenge trading. You are not trading the market. You are trading your anger. Example 3. You have a winning trade. A beautiful trade. It followed your system perfectly, but you got out too early. The market kept going. You left money on the table. That hurts. So you take another trade to capture what you missed. You chase. You enter late. The market reverses. You lose. Now you are down more than you made. Example 4. You have a losing trade. It is going against you. Your plan says get out at a certain level, but you move your stop. You give it more room. It goes further against you. You move your stop again. You are now holding and hoping. The loss grows. You cannot cut it. Finally, you cannot take it anymore. You get out at a massive loss. All of these are symptoms of addiction to random rewards. All of these are caused by the same dopamine mechanism that trapped the monkey. You are not stupid. You are not weak. You are fighting biology. Douglas writes, the only way to take maximum advantage of a situation where you are being offered unlimited opportunities to do something for yourself is to get into the flow. The market does have a flow. It is often erratic, but it does display symmetrical patterns that repeat themselves. But you cannot get into the flow if you are chasing random rewards. The flow requires consistency. The flow requires trust in your edge. The flow requires detachment from individual outcomes. The addicted trader cannot flow. The addicted trader is stuck pressing the button, hoping for the next random pellet. Now here is a critical question. If random rewards are so addictive, why are casinos not addicted? Casinos deal with random rewards every single day. Roulette is random. Craps is random. Slot machines are random. Blackjack has random elements. Yet casinos make consistent profits year after year. Casino owners do not sit at the slot machines pressing buttons. They are not addicted. Why? What is the difference between a casino and an addicted trader? The difference is mindset. The difference is structure. The difference is the relationship to uncertainty. Let me explain. The casino does not care about any single spin, any single hand, any single roll. The casino does not watch the roulette wheel and hope for red. The casino does not feel joy when red hits. The casino does not feel despair when black hits. The casino is emotionally detached from individual outcomes. Why? Because the casino trusts the edge. The casino knows that over a large enough sample size, the odds will work. The casino knows that the house edge is small but reliable. In blackjack, the house edge is about 4.5%. That means for every dollar wagered, the casino expects to keep 4.5 cents. It does not sound like much, but over millions of hands, it becomes a fortune. The casino does not need to know what will happen next. The casino does not try to predict. The casino simply creates the conditions where the odds are in its favor. Then it steps back and lets the law of large numbers do its work. Douglas writes, "Casino owners don't try to predict or know in advance the outcome of each individual event, aside from the fact that it would be extremely difficult, given all the unknown variables operating in each game. It isn't necessary to create consistent results. The addicted trader does the opposite. The addicted trader tries to predict every single outcome. The addicted trader wants to know what will happen next. The addicted trader feels a desperate need to be right. And when the addicted trader is right, euphoria, dopamine, the brain lights up. The addicted trader feels invincible. The addicted trader takes more risk. The addicted trader overrides the system. And when the addicted trader is wrong, pain, frustration, the need to get it back, revenge trading, chasing losses, moving stops, holding and hoping. The casino does not experience any of this. The casino is not trying to be right. The casino is not trying to predict. The casino is simply facilitating the game, collecting the edge, over and over, without emotion, without attachment. This is the mindset you must develop. This is the mindset Douglas calls thinking in probabilities. Let me give you a concrete example. Imagine you have a trading system that wins 60% of the time. That is a good edge. Over 100 trades, you expect 60 wins and 40 losses. But you do not know the sequence. You could have 10 losses in a row. You could have 20 wins in a row. The sequence is random. The addicted trader experiences a loss, then another loss, then another. The addicted trader starts to doubt the system. The addicted trader starts to look for a better indicator. The addicted trader abandons the edge. The casino experiences a losing streak at a blackjack table. The casino does not close the table. The casino does not change the rules. The casino does not panic. The casino knows that losing streaks are part of the game. The casino trusts the edge. Which one are you? Are you the casino? Or are you the addicted trader? Now let me be very specific. Addiction to random rewards shows up in your trading in 4 distinct ways. I want you to watch for these in yourself, because you cannot fix what you do not see. The first way is overtrading. This is the most common symptom. You take too many trades. You trade outside your system. You enter trades because you are bored, because you want action, because you want the feeling of being in the game. Overtrading is the addict pressing the button over and over, hoping for the next random reward. How do you know if you are overtrading? Look at your trade log. Are there trades that do not fit your system? Trades you took because you had a feeling? Trades you took because you saw someone else take them? Trades you took because you were bored? Those are random trades. Those are addiction trades. The second way is revenge trading. This happens after a loss, especially a painful loss. You want to get the money back immediately. You want to prove that you were right. You want to punish the market. So you take another trade, usually larger size, usually without analysis, usually without a plan. You are not trading the market. You are trading your anger. You are trading your ego. You are trading your need to be right. Revenge trading is the addict pressing the button harder. The addict thinks, if I just press harder, the reward will come. But the reward does not come. The loss gets bigger. The anger gets worse. The cycle continues. The third way is chasing. This happens when you miss a move. You see a trade that would have been a winner. You did not take it. Now you feel regret. You feel like you missed out. So you chase. You enter late. You buy at the top. You sell at the bottom. You are not trading the market. You are trading your fear of missing out. You are trading your regret. Chasing is the addict pressing the button faster. The addict thinks, if I just press faster, the reward will come. But the reward does not come. The market reverses. You lose. Now you have regret and a loss. The fourth way is moving stops and holding losers. This is the most destructive. You enter a trade. It goes against you. Your plan says get out, but you do not. You move your stop. You give it more room. It goes further against you. You move your stop again. You are now holding and hoping. You are not trading. You are praying. Moving stops is the addict refusing to stop pressing. The addict knows the reward is not coming, but the addict cannot accept it. The addict keeps pressing, hoping, praying. The loss grows. The account shrinks. Finally, you cannot take it anymore. You get out at a massive loss. The damage is done. Douglas understood all of this. He wrote, "The typical trader doesn't predefine his risk, cut his losses, or systematically take profits because the Typical trader doesn't believe it's necessary. The only reason he would believe it isn't necessary is that he believes he already knows what's going to happen next. But you do not know. The outcome is random, and your addiction to that randomness is destroying your discipline. Let me be blunt. If you overtrade, you are addicted. If you revenge trade, you are addicted. If you chase, you are addicted. If you move stops and hold losers, you are addicted. These are not strategy problems. These are not market problems. These are addiction problems, and they will not be solved by a better indicator or a new system. Let me tell you the real cost of addiction. It is not just the money. Although the money is real, the money hurts. The money matters. The real cost is that addiction makes you inconsistent. Addiction makes you abandon your edge. Addiction makes you a random trader in a game that rewards consistency. Think about the monkey. The monkey was not stupid. The monkey was smart enough to learn the pattern, but the addiction overrode the learning. The addiction made the monkey continue a behavior that no longer produced results. The addiction made the monkey inefficient. The addiction made the monkey suffer. You are the same. You know what you should do. You have a system. You have rules. You have a plan. But when the addiction kicks in, you override it. You take the random trade. You move the stop. You revenge trade. You chase. And then what happens? You feel terrible. You feel ashamed. You feel out of control. You question your ability. You wonder if trading is for you. This is the cycle of addiction. The random win creates dopamine. The dopamine creates craving. The craving creates impulsive behavior. The impulsive behavior creates losses. The losses create shame. The shame creates more craving. The cycle repeats. The monkey in the experiment pressed the button thousands of times with no reward. The monkey did not learn. The monkey could not stop. The monkey suffered. You do not have to be that monkey. You can break the cycle. But first, you have to see it. You have to recognize the addiction for what it is. Not bad luck. Not bad strategy. Not the market being against you. Addiction. Douglas writes, the only way to take maximum advantage of a situation where you are being offered unlimited opportunities to do something for yourself is to get into the flow. The market does have a flow. It is often erratic, but it does display symmetrical patterns that repeat themselves. But you cannot get into the flow if you are addicted. The flow requires calm. The flow requires detachment. The flow requires trust in your edge. The addicted trader has none of these. The addicted trader is stuck pressing the button, hoping for the next random pellet. The cost of addiction is not just the money you lose. The cost of addiction is the trader you could have become. The consistent trader. The calm trader. The trader who trusts the edge. The trader who flows with the market. That trader is inside you, but the addiction is blocking the way. Now let me give you the solution. How do you break the addiction to random rewards? How do you stop chasing the high and start trading like a casino? Douglas gives a clear answer. It is not easy. It requires work. It requires self-discipline. But it is simple, and it works. Step 1. You must create a systematic approach. This is non-negotiable. You cannot trade on feelings. You cannot trade on intuition. You cannot trade on tips. You must have a system, a set of rules, a defined edge. Your system must tell you exactly when to enter, exactly when to exit, exactly how much to risk, exactly where to take profits. No ambiguity, no subjectivity, no room for the addicted brain to take over. Why is this so important? Because the addicted brain thrives on ambiguity. The addicted brain loves uncertainty. The addicted brain wants to be able to justify random trades. When your rules are clear, the addicted brain has no room to maneuver. Let me give you an example. A vague rule is, I will look for good setups. That is not a rule. That is an invitation to addiction, because your addicted brain can always find a good setup. Every chart has a good setup if you look hard enough. A clear rule is, I will enter when price breaks above the 20 period, high with volume above the 50 period average. My stop will be below the 10 period low. My target will be 2 times my risk. That is a rule. That is a system. That is a cage for the addicted brain. Write your rules down. Keep them where you can see them. Review them before every trading session. Do not trade if you cannot remember your rules. Do not trade if you are not willing to follow them. Douglas writes, the best traders treat trading like a numbers game, similar to the way in which casinos and professional gamblers approach gambling. Casinos do not have vague rules. Casinos have precise rules. The odds are calculated. The payouts are fixed. The game is defined. Your trading system must be the same. Step 1 is creating the cage. The cage for the addicted brain. The cage that forces you to be consistent. The cage that protects you from yourself. Step 2. You must shift your focus from individual trades to the series of trades. This is one of the most difficult mental shifts to make, but it is essential. The addicted brain is focused on the next trade, the next press of the button, the next random reward. The addicted brain wants to know, will this trade win? Will this be the one? The casino does not think this way. The casino does not care about the next hand. The casino cares about the next 10,000 hands. The casino knows that the individual outcome is random. The casino knows that the series outcome is predictable. You must adopt the same mindset. You must care about your next 50 trades, not your next one trade. You must care about the consistency of your process, not the outcome of any single trade. How do you do this? One practical method is to track your trades in batches. Trade in sample sizes. Douglas recommends a sample size of at least 20 trades. Do not judge your system until you have completed 20 trades. Let me say that again. Do not judge your system until you have completed 20 trades. Not after one loss. Not after 3 losses. Not after 5 losses. 20 trades. This is hard. Your addicted brain will scream at you after a few losses. Your addicted brain will tell you the system is broken. Your addicted brain will want to change the rules. Do not listen. Trust the sample size. Trust the edge. The casino does not change the rules after a few losing hands. The casino does not panic. The casino knows that losing streaks are part of the game. The casino trusts the edge over the long term. You must become the same. You must trust your edge over the long term, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Douglas writes, if you believe in the 5 fundamental truths and you believe that, trading is just a probability game, not much different from pulling the handle of a slot machine, then you'll find that this exercise will be effortless. But belief is not enough. You must act on your belief. You must track your trades. You must measure your edge. You must prove to yourself that the system works, not by feeling, by data. Keep a trading journal. Record every trade, your entry, your exit, your risk, your reward, your emotions before the trade, your emotions after the trade. Review the journal weekly. Look for patterns. Look for the addiction. Look for progress. The journal is your mirror. It will show you the truth about your trading. It will show you where the addiction is hiding. It will show you what you need to change. Step 3. You must accept losses as the cost of doing business. This is the hardest step for most traders. Because losses hurt. Losses feel like failure. Losses feel like you were wrong. But Douglas has a different perspective. Losses are not failure. Losses are information. Losses are the cost of finding out if your edge is working. Losses are the price of admission to the game. Think about a restaurant owner. The restaurant owner has to buy food. The food costs money. Sometimes the food goes bad. Sometimes customers do not come. The restaurant owner does not cry over spoiled lettuce. The restaurant owner does not revenge buy more lettuce to get back at the lettuce. The restaurant owner accepts that the cost of doing business includes waste. Trading is the same. Your edge will have losses. Every edge has losses. Even a 90% win rate has losses. The question is not whether you will lose. The question is whether you will accept the loss as part of the process. The addicted trader does not accept losses. The addicted trader fights losses. The addicted trader moves stops. The addicted trader averages down. The addicted trader revenge trades. The addicted trader tries to turn losses into wins. This never works. It only makes the losses bigger. The consistent trader accepts losses. The consistent trader expects losses. The consistent trader plans for losses. The consistent trader knows that losses are the cost of finding the winners. Douglas writes, the best traders can put on a trade without the slightest bit of hesitation or conflict, and just as freely and without hesitation or conflict, admit it isn't working. They can get out of the trade, even with a loss. And doing so doesn't resonate the slightest bit of emotional discomfort. No emotional discomfort. Read that again. The best traders feel no emotional discomfort when they take a loss. Not because they are robots, but because they have accepted that losses are part of the game. They have redefined what a loss means. To the addicted trader, a loss means I am wrong. I am stupid. I am a failure. The market betrayed me. To the consistent trader, a loss means the edge did not work this time. That is all. No judgment. No story. Just data. How do you get to this point? You practice. You take small losses on purpose. You prove to yourself that you can survive them. You build the scar tissue. You rewire your brain. Start with tiny risk. Risk an amount that would not bother you to lose. Trade that size until you can take a loss without feeling anything. Then increase the size slightly. Repeat. This is exposure therapy. This is how you break the addiction. You face the fear. You survive. You learn. Step 4. You must detach from the outcome of any single trade. This is the most advanced step. This is the step that separates the professionals from the amateurs. Detachment does not mean you do not care. Detachment means you care about the right things. You care about your process. You care about your rules. You care about your risk management. You do not care about whether this specific trade wins or loses. Why? Because you know that this specific trade is just one data point in a series of hundreds or thousands of trades. You know that the outcome of this trade is random relative to the last trade and the next trade. You know that your edge will work over time, not on every trade. This is the casino mindset. The casino does not care if you win a hand of blackjack. The casino does not get excited. The casino does not get depressed. The casino knows that over millions of hands, the edge will produce consistent profits. You must become the same. You must care about your edge. You must care about your risk. You must care about your execution. You must not care about the outcome of this one trade. How do you develop this detachment? One method is to focus on your actions, not your results. After each trade, ask yourself, did I follow my rules? Did I manage my risk? Did I execute properly? If the answer is yes, you succeeded, even if the trade lost. If you did not follow your rules, you failed, even if the trade won. Because a winning trade that violates your rules is worse than a losing trade that follows your rules. The losing trade that follows your rules is data. The winning trade that violates your rules is poison. It reinforces the addiction. Another method is to reduce your size. Most traders trade too large. They trade a size that makes them emotional. They trade a size where a loss hurts. They trade a size where a win creates euphoria. Reduce your size until you feel nothing. Until a win is no big deal. Until a loss is no big deal. Until you can execute your system without emotion. That is the right size for you. The casino does not bet the house on one hand. The casino spreads risk over thousands of hands. You must do the same. Your risk per trade should be so small that you barely notice it. Your focus should be on the series, not the trade. Douglas writes, when you have learned to think like a professional trader, the market will not be able to generate information that you define or interpret as painful. If the information the market generates doesn't have the potential to cause you emotional pain, there's nothing to avoid. This is the goal. No emotional pain from losses. No euphoria from wins. Just execution. Just process. Just the edge. Let me bring this all together. The monkey experiment reveals a dark truth about human psychology. Your brain is wired to chase random rewards. The unexpected win feels better than the expected win. Dopamine floods your system. You become addicted. You overtrade. You revenge trade. You chase. You move stops. You hold losers. This is not a character flaw. This is biology. This is evolution. This is the same mechanism that kept our ancestors alive in a world of uncertainty. But in trading, the same mechanism works against you. The good news is that you can break the addiction, not by willpower alone. Willpower is finite. Willpower fails when dopamine is high. You break the addiction with structure, with systems, with rules. Step 1, create a system. Clear rules. No ambiguity. No room for the addicted brain to maneuver. Step 2, shift your focus to the series. Trade in sample sizes. Do not judge your system after 5 trades. Trust the edge over time. Step 3, accept losses as the cost of doing business. Losses are not failure. Losses are data. Losses are the price of admission. Step 4, detach from the outcome of any single trade. Focus on your actions. Trade small enough to feel nothing. Care about your process, not your results. These steps are not easy. They require work. They require self-awareness. They require the courage to look at yourself honestly. But here's the promise. If you do the work, you will break the addiction. You will become the trader you want to be. The consistent trader. The calm trader. The trader who flows with the market. The trader who thinks like a casino. The monkey pressed the button because it never knew when the next reward would come. You do not have to be the monkey. You can choose a different path. You can choose structure over randomness. You can choose process over outcome. You can choose consistency over addiction. In the next video, we will continue exploring Chapter 2 with another angle. There is so much to learn from Mark Douglas. One brick at a time. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. Stack another brick. I will see you in the next one.